What's happening, family? It's Cat Sports again, back for another afternoon with my people. Welcome to another episode of Cat Sports, the History Channel. This is the Tuesday afternoon edition. So how is everyone this fine afternoon? Hope everybody's day is rolling along smoothly. And if you spend the next couple of hours here with Cat Sports, I hope it can be a nice, positive, and enjoyable part of your day. Here in Maryland, where I live, we got some of that white stuff on the ground, but it's not too bad. It ain't gonna stop us from talking about this boxing or whatever else we decide to get off into. Well, the wild card round of the NFL playoffs ended last night. Might as well start the show by taking a look at that. You know, Mike Masick in the building. What's up, Mike? Welcome aboard. Let's go take a quick look at the playoff action from last night. This is primarily boxing, but it is called Cat Sports. So let's take a quick look at that. 2 games last night. Salute Mike Masick. By the way, the Bills beat the Steelers 31-17. I didn't think the Steelers was going to go up there to Buffalo and beat the Bills. Nah. They can thank John Harbaugh for even being in the playoffs. He rested some key players on the last week of the season. And the Steelers barely beat the Ravens back. So they're on the way home. One and done. Remo, hashtag JBT in the building. Don't forget now, hashtag Let's Talk Fashion drops another episode tomorrow. That's Remo's prior new channel that's just been added to the JBT lineup. It's just a blend of life, sport, entertainment, and don't forget fashion. Hashtag Let's Talk Fashion from Remo. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Tim Layton's in the building. What's up, Tim Layton? Tim Layton, JBT, I might add. Can't forget that JBT. Starting to see that hashtag JBT more and more and more. And I must say, it looks good behind y'all names, too. Just boxing talk. That's okay. That's all it is. It's an up-and-coming, rising new community in the YouTube streets. Let's get ready to make some noise. Well, already making some noise. What am I talking about? What do we got? Like 5 fire channels in the lineup right now. Looking for more. But they're coming. We're trying to form a murderer's row of a YouTube lineup. But anyway, the Bills beat the Steelers 31-17. In the other game last night, the Bucs beat the Eagles 32-9. So it was a bad night for Pennsylvania sports fans. In the laugh for both of the NFL teams got eliminated on the same night. Wow. Rough. But the Eagles just, they're not playing anything like they played at the end of last season. And I knew they wasn't going to make another Super Bowl run. They were just playing the worst football at the worst time of the season, There's the Rise podcast in the building. Salute to the Rise podcast. Welcome aboard Cat Sports, the History Channel. That's the anchor leg of this KBT community lineup. The Rise podcast brings the baton home at 9 p.m. every weeknight. But y'all know that. Salute, Rise podcast. So now we have everything set up for next weekend. So my Ravens are going to be hosting the Texans. Yeah. We got the Texans coming in here Saturday. Yeah, I believe it is Saturday. And also the other game Saturday is going to be the Packers travel to San Francisco to face the 49ers. And keep an eye on that game because the Packers are one of the better road teams. Just ask the Cowboys. Sorry, Tim. But I mean, it's a fact. He went out there and put a pretty good whipping on the Cowboys Sunday in Dallas. So, hey, Packers are a live dog. Keep an eye on that one. Then Sunday we got the Bucks at the Lions and the Chiefs at the Bills. That should be a pretty good game, Chiefs at the Bills. The Bills worry me some. That's a dangerous team, you know. Every year you had that team that nobody wants to play. That's the Bills this year. I mean, they didn't have the best of seasons, the normal season this year, but they can get hot at any time and go on a 4-game streak, you know. That's all you need to get to that Super Bowl. You got to win 4 games straight, except for the 2 bye teams. And Josh Allen can put that team on his back and carry him for a playoff run. So they kind of worry me. And if the Ravens get by the Texans, then they'll play the Chiefs or the Bills for the AFC Championship. Me personally, I would rather see the Chiefs. Because like I say, the Bills are dangerous. But that's the NFL playoffs. And I'm going to be keeping an eye on them periodically each week, just like a brief rundown on what's happening. And today we're going to take a look. We're going to do a little something different. We're going to get back to profiling former boxers, but this week it's going to be like some what's the word? Historical figures or just some huge figures in the sport from the past, you know. Trainers. We're going to look at Don King and Bob Arum. Love or hate those two guys, they have been a big part of the sport. You know, they've been a huge part of our sport. And both of them are still active in it. And we're going to take a look at both of their lives and careers this week. But today it's going to be Angelo Dundee, legendary trainer. You know, he trained 2 of the biggest names to ever step through those ropes, Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard, among others. You know, he trained many other boxers, but those were the 2 biggest names. And like I say, 2 of the biggest names ever to grace the boxing ring. And Angelo had both of them. And we're going to take a look at him today. And also, we're going to look at the, where are we today? Junior bantamweight? Yeah. Take a look at the history of the junior bantamweight division, 115. And then we're going to go through the schedule because I said I was going to do that. I'm probably going to do it like once a month. Just look at the fights coming up, and they're constantly adding fights to it. So as they update it, we take a look at that, analyze it. You know, Pro Box returns this week, you know, and we got the women this weekend. Tasha Jonas, Michaela Mayer. Yeah. So we got a big show, another big show planned for today. But how is everybody today? The day moving along smoothly? If you're anywhere in the East, I know you're looking at that white stuff out your window. You know. I know D1 up there in Buffalo, New York, well, as of this morning, he was saying 5 feet, so I don't know what it is now. That was like in the hangout, like 8, 9 o'clock this morning, so wow. These hours stopped, you know. But you know, when we keep getting these little ones, you know what that means. The biggie is coming, eventually. And we haven't had one in a while, so I'm ready. Yeah. But we're going to get into Angelo Dundee, legendary trainer. You know, he actually, Muhammad Ali actually had one fight without Angelo in his corner. And I'm going to explain that as we get into his profile. Yep. But he trained Muhammad for what? Like, I think it was like 21 years or something. Angelo was a trainer for like 50 years. Just legendary. Angelo Dundee. I'm gonna wait for some more people to come into the building. What y'all think about that? That's the hot topic right now. Bivol and Better Biev. You know, Better Biev got past Callum Smith Saturday, which we knew he would. But you never know, it's boxing, so we had to get past Saturday before we really got into talking about those two. But now it's a go. Bivol and Better Biev is on. The Bob father says it's going to be somewhere around the middle of the year, so I would say like late spring, summertime. Now I think the ring size is going to play a big part in this fight because Bivol would prefer the big ring, gives him more room to move around and play keep away from Better Biev, whatever his name is. It's Beterbiev, Better Biev, Archer. But I know the ring announcer said Better Biev. And I know he probably got it straight for him or some of his people, so that's what I call it. What the ring announcer said, he has it right. But anyway, and Better Biev probably wants a smaller ring. Just the opposite of Bivol. It helps him track him down, and get one of them big sledgehammers at the end of his arms upside his head, So, what we got? 18, 20, 22, and 24. So I think 20 would be ideal. Probably would still favor Better Biev, but one thing for sure, it's not going to be 18 and it's not going to be 24. Because 18 is too, Bivol ain't going for 18 and Better Biev ain't going for 24 foot. So I say it's going to be 20 or 22. If they could come up with a 21-foot ring, that would be ideal. That would be right in the middle. But they don't do that. So probably 20, I would say, which favors Better Biev, but not no huge advantage. But so who would be the A side in this fight? Better Biev has 3 straps, but it's becoming more and more increasingly clear nowadays. But belts don't mean shit. Who cares? Who brings in the most money is really the A side, and I would say Bivol has the bigger fights, better resume. Canelo, better than with Canelo. Badu Jack. Better Biev doesn't really have any names like that. So if I had to pick an A side, I would say Bivol, right? What y'all think? Bivol? Yeah, that's what I would say. And he would want a 22 or 24 foot ring for sure, So I would say either going to be 20 or 22. But the most important part of it all is we are getting the fight. That's the big part. We get to see it, And Better Biev will be 39 by the time they fight. I think Bivol is 33 or 34. So both up in the 30s a little. But they always say the power is the last thing to go, and you have to look no further than watch Barroso a few weeks ago. He showed you the power is the last thing to go. That man is like 60. And he put that guy down in the first round. So Better Biev will not be affected by his age. But I'm picking Bivol because I just think his skills, he has the skill set to beat Better Biev. He's going to move, stay away from him, constantly keep turning him, not give him a chance to get those big power shots extended on him. You know, I just think Bivol is going to be able to do that for 12 rounds. Because remember the Anthony Yard fight against Beterbiev? He was boxing pretty good for early, for 4 or 5 rounds before Beterbiev was able to track him down and get him out of there. But I think Bivol can do that for 12 rounds. Definitely has the stamina, skills. Yeah, I'm picking Bivol. But a very interesting fight. This year promises to be another good year, just like 2023 was. Because we're going to look at the schedule a little later, but look at all the names on the schedule. But more importantly, look at all the names that's not on the schedule yet. You know, like I said yesterday, the Face of Boxing. He's not on there yet, but he's got a big fight announcement coming up. Boots not on there yet. You know, he's going to fight soon this year. The GOAT. You know, she fought in July. You know, she's got to have something coming up soon this year. The Mexican Monster. He'll be getting back in there. Devin. So, all the names is not on the schedule. Just shows us what kind of year it's going to be. So let's get ready to get into this Angelo Dundee profile. Y'all ready? We're going to talk about Angelo Dundee, legendary trainer. Like I say, trained Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard. Two of the biggest names ever to go up them steps and climb into a boxing ring. And salute to everybody that's in the building. And don't forget, another episode drop of hashtag Let's Talk Fashion tomorrow from Remo. Fire show. Fire. Blends fashion with sports, entertainment, life. Great show. I'm going to be there. And that's the latest show added to this fire JBT lineup. Okay, Angelo Dundee. He was born in August 30th, 1921 as Angelo Marina. Okay. He's an American boxing trainer and cornerman, internationally known for his work with Muhammad Ali from 1960 to 1981, 21 years. Wow. Now, he didn't just train Muhammad Ali. Okay, that's what he's known for. But he also trained 15 other champions. Okay, other than Ali, 15 other champions, including Sugar Ray Leonard, Sean Mannion, Jose Napoles, Big George Foreman, George Scott, Jimmy Ellis, Carmen Basilio, Luis Manuel Rodriguez, and Willie Pastrana. Okay. So Angelo trained many champions, just legendary boxing trainer. Huge part of the sport we love. And that's what we're going to be doing this week. We're going to get away from the former boxers and look at some of the other trainers, promoters. There's other historic figures from the sport we love. Let's take a look at Angelo Dundee's early life. Okay. Like I said, he was born Angelo Marina, August 30th, 1921, in Pennsylvania, Philly. Born in Philly. Originally from Philly. Okay. And his parents were recent Italian immigrants. Filomena Cianelli, mother of 7 children. Angelo Miranda, father was a railway construction worker. Okay. Originally from Bargiano, Gravina. Okay. Now, In the early 1940s, Angelo changed his name to Dundee after a boxer named Johnny Dundee. That's how he came up with the name Dundee. He was fell in love with the sport of boxing early and changed his last name to the last name of a boxer, Johnny Dundee. World champion boxer, by the way. Now, during World War II, Angelo Dundee served as an aircraft mechanic in the United States Air Force. All right. Angelo was a Zoomie like me. Go Air Force. He deployed to England during the war, 1944 and 45. Okay. Now, his first experience as a cornerman was in the Air Force boxing tournaments. Okay. And after he got out the Air Force in late 1945, he went to New York City, where his first job in boxing outside of the Air Force was a bucket guy at Stillman's Gym. And he was serving an apprenticeship as a boxing trainer at that time. Okay. Your grandmother's name was Dundee, Tim? Or his other name? What was his other name? Miranda? Which was your grandmother's name? Marina or Dundee? Tim Layton. Tim Layton says that was my grandmother's name. Okay. All right. So he got his first taste of boxing. He trained fighters when he was in the Air Force at tournaments. But then when he got out of the Air Force, he started serving in a boxing trainer apprenticeship at Stillman's Gym. And he worked at fights as a bucket guy while he was serving that apprenticeship. Okay. All right. Taking a look at Angelo Dundee, legendary trainer. Mostly known for training Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard, but he also trained 15 other world champions. Okay. Not just Muhammad Ali, 15 other world champions. Okay. That's why we do these things. Okay. Now, after he finished his apprenticeship in New York, he moved to Miami, Florida, Miami Beach, right? And opened up his own gym called the Fifth Avenue Gym, along with his brother, Carmen Basilio. Okay. Bet y'all didn't know that. Carmen Basilio, world champion Carmen Basilio was Angelo Dundee's brother. Okay. And Carmen was the first world champion who Dundee acted as a cornerman for, his brother. I didn't know that neither until I read it yesterday. Never knew Carmen Basilio was Angelo Dundee's brother, right? And that was his first corner that he actually worked in outside of the Air Force, was his brother, Carmen Basilio. Okay. Now, I knew that he worked in Carmen Basilio's corner before, but I never knew it was his brother. Okay. Now, the first time he worked in Carmen's corner was when Carmen defeated Tony DeMarco for the World Welterweight Championship in 1955. Yep, that was the first time he worked the corner. Now, him and Carmen had the gym in Florida before that, and he helped train Carmen. But the first time he was in the corner was for that championship fight. Okay. And he also was in Carmen's corner when he fought Sugar Ray Robinson for the middleweight title in 1957. Okay. Now, let's do this. Let's look at his career with Muhammad Ali. Okay. Now, he traveled around the world with Ali. and he worked in Ali's corner in all but 2 of his fights. Honey Hunsaker in 1960 and Jimmy Ellis in 1971. Now, I don't know why he wasn't in Ali's corner against Hunsaker, but against Jimmy Ellis, the reason was Jimmy Ellis was also one of Dundee's fighters, right? And when Jimmy Ellis fought Ali, Dundee chose to work in Jimmy Ellis's corner because he was officially listed as Muhammad Ali's trainer, right? He was officially listed as Jimmy Ellis's manager. And at that time, he got a larger share of the fighter's purse. If the manager got a larger share of the fighter's purse than the trainer. So he worked in Ellis's corner for financial reasons. I never knew. I knew that he had worked in Jimmy Ellis's corner against Ali, but I never knew the reason. That was it. Because he got a larger share of the purse as a manager. And he wasn't Ali's manager, he was Ali's trainer. But he was Jimmy Ellis's manager. Okay? So he got a larger share of the purse as the manager. Okay. So those were 2 times he didn't work in Ali's corner doing fights. All the other fights Ali had, he worked in his corner. Jeez. People know you. Why did they stand right outside your door and talk? This is a big ass house. Okay, forgive me. It's just crazy, isn't it? Okay. Now Dundee trained the young Cassius Clay, as Ali was then known, in most of his early fights, including those with Archie Moore. Now Archie Moore had trained Muhammad Cassius Clay before Dundee started. Okay. And he had both of his fights with Sonny Liston when Clay first won the championship, when he first won the title. iBoxing Hub, my friend all the way from the UK. Salute. iBoxing Hub. How are you, bro? How's things over there in the UK? We got snow over here. I was actually in the UK in 1980. 1980, yeah. You ever heard of a base called Chick Sands Air Force Base? iBoxing Hub, that's where I was. 45 minutes from London. Yep. Rained every day, damn near I was there. Do it still rain like that over there? That was a rainy place. But salute to iBoxing Hub. That's why I hit that like button. Snowing over there too? Wow. Hey. Okay. It's snowing in the UK, everybody. Okay, now Dundee trained Clay when he first won the title against Sonny Liston. Okay. Now he continued to train him until he got exiled from boxing, and started back training him when Ali returned to boxing. Okay. All of his fights: Jerry Corey, Oscar Bonavina, Joe Frazier, Floyd Patterson, Big George Foreman, the 3 with Norton, Leon Spinks, all of them. Now, the one exception, like I was saying, was with Jimmy Ellis. Let's see, here we go. Where Dundee was in Ellis's corner, okay? Ali knocked Ellis out in the 12th round. And it says, Dundee was accused by Foreman of loosening the ring ropes before the 1974 fight, the Rumble in the Jungle, to help Ali win the fight by using the rope-a-dope technique. Dundee consistently denied tampering with the ropes. Because I remember after one round in that fight, somebody went over there to the turnbuckle, and they was trying to tighten the ropes up. Angelo Dundee went across the ring, looked like Jesse Owens running across there, man, and cursing and carrying on. Like, no, y'all ain't tight. We can't do that. The fight done started. You can make no kind of adjustments to the ring or nothing once the fight done started, man. Yeah. I remember that scene. Yeah. Angelo charged across there and stopped him. The foreman accused Dundee of loosening the ring rope. Well, you would have had to get that straightened out before the fight. Once the fight started, and if he loosened them, he just got away with it. But he always denied that he did that. Okay. Now, in 1998, after decades had passed, Dundee reunited with Muhammad Ali and appeared alongside him in a sentimental Super Bowl commercial. So Dundee and Ali were friends until Dunlea's death. And the veteran trainer would always refer to Ali as my kid. Yeah. Special relationship between trainer and fighter. I don't think there's another trainer and fighter. Unless it's a lot of these trainers got their real father, as the trainers, But I'm just saying, as far as a trainer, other than your father being your trainer, I don't think there's any trainer-fighter relationships ever been like Dundee and Ali. Okay. Now, Dundee saw a future emerging star in Sugar Ray Leonard, whom he called a similar version of Ali. And he acted as cornerman for Leonard in many of his biggest fights, including both those with Wilfredo Benitez, Roberto Duran, Tommy Hearns, and Marvin Hagler. In Sugar Ray's first fight with Hearns, Dundee, thinking that his protege was behind on the scorecards, quipped the now famous words, "You're blowing it, son. You're blowing it," before the start of round 13. And Leonard went on out there in the 14th round and stopped Hearns. Okay? Went out there and stopped him. Yes, he did. Dundee frequently went to other matches during his career to scout other boxers. During the first Joe Frazier versus George Foreman fight in Kingston, Jamaica, on January 22nd, 1973, he sat near Howard Cosell, who was calling the fight for ABC. Okay. He was overheard on the call noting that Frazier had been hurt before he was knocked down by Foreman the first time in the first round. Cosell mentioned it immediately before his famous "down goes Frazier" call. Later in the fight, Dundee was overheard pleading for the fight to be stopped, as Frazier was repeatedly knocked down. The fight was finally stopped after Frazier was knocked down for the 6th time, with Foreman winning the belt and the lineal World Heavyweight Championship by technical knockout. Now, Dundee actually teamed up with George Foreman later on. He was in Foreman's corner when Foreman fought Evander Holyfield in 1991. And he was in Foreman's corner when Foreman won the heavyweight title against Michael Moore to become the oldest man to be champion. Dundee was in Foreman's corner for both of those fights. In addition, he also trained champions. Now, these are some additional fighters from their first list I read off. Okay, Luis Rodriguez, Willie Pastrana, Ralph Dupas, Jose Napoles, Pinklon Thomas, Trevor Berbick, Wilfredo Gomez, Michael Nunn, Sugar Ramos. And he trained some boxers that didn't become champions: Bill Barcio, David Estrada, Douglas Valiant, Jimmy Lang, Tom Zabowski, Troy Durrell, Addison Rodriguez, James Quick Tillis, Pat O'Connor, and Sean Mannion. Okay? So he's, like I said, he's known for Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard, but he trained many other fighters. And like I was saying before, including 15 other world champions. Okay? Throughout his career, Dundee was widely respected as a decent, honorable man in an often corrupt sport. Okay? Al Booger, what's happening? Al Booger is in the building. Doing a little different this week, Al Booger. We're gonna get back into looking at former fighters. I'm looking at some other historic figures from our sport, like trainers. And I'm gonna look at the Ballfather and Don King this week. Like I said, love them or hate them, you gotta give them their props. They are a huge part of the sport that we love. It's still a huge part of it. Especially the Ballfather. The Top Rank is still one of the biggest promotional companies out there. You know? And the Ballfather got his hand right smack dab in the middle of what's going on over there. So he's still a huge figure in the sport. And we're gonna look at it. His life, probably Wednesday. Okay. I think Don King is gonna be tomorrow, and the Ballfather is gonna be Wednesday. Okay. So that's what we're doing this week. But salute, Al Booger. Glad to have you. Miss you yesterday, bro. Were you a voyeur or something yesterday? Because you weren't in here. But it's all good. Can't be here every day. I'm the only one got to be here every day. I don't even have to be here every day. But salute. Thomas Morris in the building. Tampa Tommy. Salute. What's happening? That's right. Free Coach Calvin. And Thomas Morris, I was thinking about you yesterday when I was looking at, we was looking at these fights, and the Futaro Inferno's sister, Sebastian Fedora's sister, she's 5'9", and she fights at 112. I was just wondering about it. Isn't that, is that kind of unhealthy being that tall and getting down to that little weight, 112? 5'9", 112. I want to watch that weighing, because she got to look probably like a twig. What do you think about that? Yeah, running around and whatnot. Yeah. We got to, that's right, Al Booger. You still got to take care of life, But I'm glad you're here today. We're taking a look at legendary trainer Angelo Dundee. And like I was saying, he didn't just train Muhammad Ali. He had 15 other world champions besides Muhammad Ali. Okay. Man. Okay. Now, like I was saying, throughout his career, Dundee was widely respected as a decent, honorable man in an often corrupt sport, right? Perhaps the greatest tribute to Dundee was paid by Howard Cosell, who said, "If I had a son who wanted to be a fighter and I couldn't talk him out of it, the only man I would want to train him is Angelo Dundee." Okay. That's what Howard said about him. If he had a son, he wouldn't want his son to be a fighter, but if he couldn't talk him out of being a fighter, he would want Angelo Dundee to train him. Hello, Mrs. Cass. How you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Haven't seen you in about, like a half hour or so? How you doing? Good to see you. Miss Cass in the building, y'all. Wave to her. Okay. Let me see here. Yeah, that was a big tribute from Howard. Okay. Now, Angelo retired in 2005 after 50 years, because remember, he came into it in 55 when he started training his brother, Carmen Basilio. That's something I did not know until yesterday, that Carmen Basilio, the champion, was his brother. Now, I knew he trained Carmen Basilio at one time, but I never knew it was his brother. Yep. That was Angelo Dundee's brother. Okay. So in 2005, he retired after a 50-year career. 16 world champions, okay, including Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard, two of the greatest to ever step through the ropes. Okay? Now, he was hired to train Russell Crowe when Crowe played James J. Braddock in Cinderella Man. Remember that movie? Okay. And Dundee had to travel to Australia to work with the Oscar-winning actor. And he actually appeared in the film as Angelo the Quarterman. Used his real name. Wow. In 2008, Oscar De La Hoya hired him as a consultant for his fight against Manny Pacquiao. Didn't Manny stop Oscar? Or was it a unanimous decision? I think Manny stopped Oscar, didn't he? Somebody put it in the chat if you can remember. I think he stopped Oscar, if I remember correctly. Yeah. But Angelo was hired as a consultant for Oscar. Oscar must have really wanted to win that fight bad. Hiring consultants and stuff. Still didn't work though. Yeah. I think Mandy stopped it. Okay. Angelo Dundee died peacefully in his sleep at his senior resident apartment at the age of 90 on February 1st, 2012 in Tampa, Florida. A funeral was held on February 10th, 2012 at the Countryside Christian Center in Clearwater, Florida, attended by a crowd of several hundred mourners, among them Muhammad Ali. Figure 11 should have been there. But they said Muhammad Ali. Okay. He probably was. Dundee's body was buried in Sylvan Abbey Memorial Park Cemetery in Clearwater, Florida. Angelo Dundee was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 1992. There you have it. Legendary trainer, Angelo Dundee. Trained 16 world champions in a 50-year career. Okay. Tomorrow, we will have a talk about boxing promoter Don King. Okay. And today's weight class we're going to get into is going to be the junior bantamweight division, 118. Remember, I started at heavyweight, worked my way all the way down. I'm at junior bantamweight. And you know, the boxer Suzuki Anaguchi, the one that went into that went unconscious after the fight December 26th. It's hard to find information on this guy, man. I have no idea what his condition. I was updating everybody every day, but the latest they have is January 3rd. Today is the 16th. The latest I know is he's still in a coma, in a medically induced coma, still unconscious in the hospital. Okay, they said his blood pressure had normalized and, still unconscious. I don't understand. Nobody's talking about it. It's just hard to find information about this. It's crazy. I don't get it. Remember, we got Pro Box tomorrow. Returning from the holiday layoff. Don't sleep on that Pro Box. The last one they had of last year, Bomac was there. He had two fighters on the card. He had Keyshawn's brother, Calvin Davis, and another guy. Keyshawn's brother stunk up the joint. He won, but didn't look good at all doing it. Okay. Now, junior bantamweight, super flyweight, same deal. Super, junior, same weight class. Yeah. How was everybody this Tuesday afternoon? Appreciate you spending a couple of hours with Cass Sports on my growing young channel. Part of this thing we call the hashtag JBT. Starting to see more and more names pop up with that hashtag JBT behind it. It's just boxing talk, that's all. Just a group of people that love to talk boxing, right? And we always welcoming others that want to join us. You don't have to have a podcast, a channel, anything like that. But there's one requirement. The only requirement is you just have to love to talk boxing. That's all. That is all. And we got some fire channels. Check out iBoxing Hub if y'all get a chance. He's got a nice fire channel over there. He's my friend from the UK. iBoxing Hub. Get a chance, check his channel out. Good boxing talk, knowledgeable guy. He has some heavy hitters on there too, man. Some of those big guys that's really deep, from the UK, heavy into boxing. I was watching I think it was like a rundown about after the what was the thing called? The Day of Reckoning. The last called in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, some heavy hitters on there talking about that, man. Yeah. iBoxing Hub. Check him out. Fire channel, man. 8 subs away from 550. Let's get him that 8 subs. Okay, there's his link. Let's get iBoxing Hub to 550. Okay, he deserves it. Our friend from the UK. Okay, I'm gonna get you some when I get off iBoxing Hub. About 4 or 5. So consider yourself like 3 away. Okay. All right. So today the weight class we're gonna talk about is junior bantamweight or super flyweight, 115, getting down to the little guys now. Okay. I appreciate your support, iBoxing Hub. We got to support each other. We all in this together. Appreciate you 1,000%. Okay. Now, junior bantamweight, 115, down to the little guys. Junior bantamweight is also known as super flyweight, right? Weight class between 112 pounds and 115 pounds. Now, like I was saying yesterday, from 112 to 122, they got 4 weight classes in there. They got flyweight, junior bantamweight, and junior featherweight. They could have made that like 1 or 2 classes. Isn't that strange how they just got 4 weight classes pressed into that 10 pounds? When most of the other ones you got like welterweight is 7, junior middleweight is like 154 to 166. Middleweight is 8 pounds, but this one get down to those little weights. Why didn't they just make like 1 or 2 weight classes instead of 4 weight classes from 10 pounds? Like this one we're talking about now, junior bantamweight is 112 to 115, 3 pounds. I just thought that was kind of crazy, But anyway, a little history of it. The first title fight in this division was in 1980, okay? So that division has not been around long at all, okay? The WBC responded to pressure from Asian and Latin American members who felt the difference between the flyweight limit and the bantamweight limit was too significant. Now, see, that's crazy. They felt the difference between flyweight and bantamweight. Now, flyweight is limit is 112. Bantamweight is what? 122. That's just what I'm talking about. But they made 2 additional weight classes out of it. They could have just made 1. Okay. They responded to pressure from Asian and Latin American members who felt the difference between flyweight limit and the bantamweight limit was too significant. Rafael Orono won the inaugural title in February of that year by defeating Sung Hoon Lee. Because that's all you see down there. Asians, Latin Americans. You don't see too many brothers there. 112, 115. I really can't think of any. Or too many Americans, period, down there, Maybe 1 or 2, but not many. And those lower weight classes like that. Okay. Now, the first title was fought between Rafael Orono and Sung Hoon Lee. Okay. Rafael Orono won that first title. That was WBC 1980. Okay. Now, the WBA, they had their first title fight in 1981 when Gustavo Ballas knocked out SUBJEC. I'm doing some butchering right now. Sorry about that, though. Maybe I should just spell them. Now, the IBF crowned their first champion in junior bantamweight in 1983. Oh, here we go. What are they doing to him with these names? Judo Chun. He beat Ken Kazagi. Knocked out Ken Kazagi. Okay. So the WBC started junior bantamweight in 1980. WBA was in 1981, and the IBF was in 1983. Okay. Now the WBO wasn't even recognized by those three around that time, so they didn't really get recognized by the other three till like the early 2000s. 02. I think it was 02. So yeah, they don't have them listed. Notable champions in this division have been some of the notable champions: Elias Picao, Gilberto Romain, Jiro Watanabe, Moon Sung Kill, Nana Konadu. You get the point. Juan Francisco Gonzalez, Chocolatito. I'm skipping and butchering. I'm not butchering no more names. But Juan Francisco Gonzalez, Chocolatito, Roman Gonzalez, the Monster, the Oya Inoue, Soa Rang Vasal. Yeah. Yep. Robert Quiroga, Danny Romero. The only brother I know closest to that would be like Cool Boy at 122. I think one of the Russell brothers is down like 118, I believe. Gary, what is it, Antonio Russell? He's like 118, but not many Americans, period. Black Americans, white Americans, whatever. You don't see too many Americans down there below like 118. Okay. Coastside Galaxy holds the record for most consecutive title defenses at this division, with 19 defenses of the WBA title. Wow, that's a lot of title defenses in 19. Okay, now I'm gonna drop the link in a little while too, because we're gonna have some time today. Now, the current world champions at junior bantamweight are as follows: Brandon Looney Tunes Fan 2000. What? Is there any swear words? Brandon, I'm gonna warn you. Cat Sports don't have a lot of patience, bro. You come in here crazy, you go right out the door crazy. I'm not worrying about new people and all that type of shit. There's a swear word for you right there. But don't get too stupid, because, we will bid you bye-bye. This ain't hardcore hangout or nothing. This is Cat Sports, and I'm quick on the trigger. Okay, just remember that. Alrighty, let's carry on. Current world champions at junior bantamweight is, you know him, my boxing hub. You better talk to him. Okay. I don't know if he's talking any swear words. I don't play. Pulling my gun out the holster right now. Laying it on the table. Okay, current world champions in this division are as follows: WBA, Kazuto Ioka. WBC, Juan Francisco Estrada. IBF, Fernando Martinez. WBO is vacant. the current ring rankings. Okay. Where are they? Bear with me for a second, please. Okay. Champion is Juan for this is Ring Magazine rankings. The champion is Juan Francisco Estrada. Okay. Number 1, Kazuto Ioka, who holds the WBA strap. Number 2, we still got Chocolatito. Number 2, Roman Gonzalez. Number 3, Junto Nakatani. Now, they said the WBO was vacant, but then they have Junto Nakatani listed as the WBO champion. So which is it? Number 4, Fernando Martinez. He has the IBF, right? Number 5, Kosai Tanaka. Number 6, Sor Rung Basal. Number 7, Francisco Rodriguez Jr. Number 8, Andrew Maloney. There's Jason's brother. He's at junior bantamweight, okay, ranked number 8. Number 9, Carlos Cuadras. Number 10, Israel Gonzalez. Okay, there it is. Now, what I wanted to do now, I wanted to take a look at the upcoming boxing schedule. And I'm going to put the link into. I haven't put the link in for a couple of days. Somebody might want to come up and talk. There's Lonnie Lee in the building. What's up, Lonnie Lee? Salute. Lonnie Lee is in the building. Good afternoon to Lonnie Lee. How are you, sir? Let me drop this link in here right quick. Bear with me for a second, please. I haven't dropped the link in a while. Somebody might want to come up and chat. Y'all got to know where y'all at? Wonder where D1 is. He was talking about 5 feet this morning. Wonder what it's up to now. Oh, you got off late today, Lonnie? Okay. Well, at least you're off, you know. Got off in time to come in and spend a little time at Cass Sports today. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness. I'm putting this link in. I'll be right with y'all. Okay. Got it. For anybody that would like to chat. And then we're going to talk about the schedule. We're going to look at this upcoming schedule. Any fights added to it. Like I was saying, the names that's not on it is significant. Showing just how good this year is going to be. You know, the face of boxing. You know, he's got something good coming up for us. Boots. I keep hearing Boots and Burials. the GOAT. They talking about Savannah Marshall and French on. Canelo, the Mexican monster. What's the Charlos doing? I know Mel got arrested or something. Is he out of jail? Beat up some woman. Those Charlo brothers, man. Always into something. Pair of hotheads. Then when somebody smack one of them or something, they do nothing. All bark, no bite. Always barking and woofing, but then somebody will smack them or something, they do nothing. Like when the Mexican monster tried to get after Jamal at a fight one time, he ran behind his bodyguard, and which one got smacked? Remember Caleb Plant smacked one of them? He did nothing. Hit his drink down. Yeah. Didn't he get smacked in front of his wife? Wow. That's crazy. You smack me in front of my wife would probably smack you. You know? That's crazy. I got in a fight one time and my wife hit the guy upside the head with a lamp. He stopped fighting. I looked at his face, was bleeding. I thought I had done it. I started feeling good. Found out she hit him upside the head with a lamp, man. And she didn't have to because I was winning. It was crazy. But let's take a look at the schedule. Didn't you, Miss Cass, hit that guy with that lamp? Now we got the women's fight this week. Natasha Jonas against she's fighting Michaela Mayer, and that's in the UK. Hold on for 1 second. I cannot get this right. I'm trying. I had it earlier. I like looking at the bad left hook schedule. You know what? I saw that they put out the undercard for Fury and Usyk. It's disappointing, man. It is very disappointing. From what the Saudis have been doing, it's only like one other heavyweight fight on the card, right? Man, have y'all seen it? That undercard is very disappointing, man. Now, this is not what I saw earlier. This is crazy. They're talking about the Ravens. What is going on here, man? Go back out, Cass. Come back in again. Bear with me for a second. I'm going to get it. Yeah, but that schedule, have y'all seen the schedule? The undercard for Fury and Usyk? It's very disappointing from what the Saudis have been doing. I'm going to tell you about it in a minute. It's nothing like what they've been doing at all. I was expecting, a card full of heavyweights like they've been doing. Hey, Tim, have Jimmy Jones fired anybody yet down there in Dallas? Is Mike, what's his name, still a coach? Is Dak still a quarterback? Here we go. But I'm going to tell you, Dallas is not going to win a Super Bowl as long as they got Dak Prescott as their quarterback. Just ain't happening. No. Yeah, we got Pro Box tomorrow, okay? Then Saturday, over in England, Natasha Jonas versus Michaela Mayer. That's for Jonas's welterweight IBF title, welterweight. Now they won't get the women 12 rounds, 3 minutes. But see, Mauricio is a hold up on that, because I remember when Amanda Serrano's and Michaela Mayer fought. They did their experiment, 12 rounds, 12 3-minute rounds. But it wasn't for Undisputed, it was just for the WBA, IBF, and WBO, because Mauricio and the WBC didn't sanction it. And the other three are not going to make it permanent without the WBC. I think they're all going to want to be in unison with an agreement. Now, they did their experiment with it, but they're not going to, the other three sanctioning bodies, they're not going to make the move unless they all four agree on it. The WBO is holding out. I don't know why. It's crazy, man. Then they go right back to, this is a championship fight, 10 rounds, 2 minutes. Okay. Natasha Jonas. The undercard, a lot of UK fighters. Then we got some Tuesday fights from Japan next week, too. 3 title fights on the card. Then January 27th, we got Jaime Munguia, John Ryder. Jaime is he's on the short list for Canelo if he wins this fight. If he loses, I think it was Jaime Munguia, Bud, and Jamal. Last I heard. None of them have ever fought at super middleweight before. This is Jaime's first fight at super middleweight. Everybody hollering about Canelo and the Mexican Monster. You ain't getting that. Canelo's not even fighting super middleweights. How are you gonna get him to fight the Mexican Monster? He's fighting guys that's never even fought in the division before. But he gets away with it, you know? That's the kind of stuff Mauricio should be on. He's worrying about women not getting 12 round, 3 minutes fights. You got an undisputed champion. Won't even fight anybody that fights in his division. Come on, man. Boxing is crazy. That's crazy. And I don't have nothing against Canelo. I just have against the crazy way he's moving. What's up, Hardcore Boxing News? Salute. Jay Hardcore is in the building. Hardcore Boxing News. Hashtag JBT. Two times a day. 8 in the morning. Spins the block. 12 hours later. 8 at night. And we have a good time, both times in there. Hardcore Boxing News. And don't forget, Remo, hashtag Let's Talk Fashion, dropping episode number 2 tomorrow, 10 a.m. I will be there. Okay. Yeah, I was talking about Canelo. Bluffing ass. Oh, excuse me. I mean, I don't have nothing against Canelo. It's just the way he's moving, man. It's just the way he's moving. I didn't mean to come down hard on your guy there, iBoxing Hub. You know him? Oh, that's good. Hope I probably ran him away. I thought he was coming here with some nonsense. You know, I have low tolerance for nonsense. But anyway, salute to Jay Hardcore. Jaime Munguia versus John Ryder. That's next Saturday. And we got the Towering Inferno sister on the card, Gabriela Fondora. 5'9", 112 pounds. Well, she won't be that the night of the fight, but she's got to get down to that to weigh in, right? Yeah. Yeah, iBoxing Hub, all the way from the UK. Another great channel. Just talking a little bit about the upcoming schedule. See who they've added to it or whatever. They've added on to some of the cards. Now, I was telling you about that undisputed card on Fury and Usyk. I was kind of disappointed in the undercard on that, man. Very disappointed. I thought it was going to be full of heavyweights like the Saudis cards usually are? No. I think so far I only seen like one other heavyweight fight on the card. Of course, you got Teofimo. That's a pretty good card. Jermaine Ortiz, February 8th. Keyshawn Davis has been added to that. Keyshawn and Jose Pedraza. Jose Pedraza has a fire resume. He's getting kind of old now. Conor Benn is coming out of the UK and fight because I think he's still suspended in the UK, remember? You can never get him to fight anywhere but the UK. Now he's over in Vegas. Somebody told me he was still suspended over there. I think it was Remo. Yeah. I wanted to see him in boots. But that's a pretty good card so far. They just got 2 fights posted so far. Teofimo and Jermaine Ortiz is the headliner. And I guess Keyshawn and Jose Pedraza will be the co-main. And it's got 10 or 12 rounds. I think Keyshawn has had one fight at 10, right? So now, oh Lord. Who is this? Brandon Looney Tunes. Hey, Brandon, turn your camera on for a minute, please, because I don't know you, haven't seen you. I just need to get a look at you, sir. Oh, I'm sorry. Here we go. Come on. Brandon Looney Tunes. How are you, my friend?
Yes, hello there. Hello. My favorite character is my avatar.
Oh, from the UK?
No.
Okay. Where are you from?
Ohio.
Oh, Ohio. I thought I caught a little accent in there. I'm sorry. How are you?
Fine. And do you have a favorite Looney Tune character?
I didn't hear you.
Do you have a favorite Looney Tune character?
No.
What?
What is that? Say that again. The Looney Tunes.
Your favorite Looney Tunes character?
No, I don't. I have no idea what you're talking about. This is the boxing sports channel.
Your favorite Looney Tunes character?
My favorite Looney Tunes character.
Yes.
Casper the Friendly Ghost. Casper the
What?
Friendly Ghost. Casper the Friendly Ghost.
That's not Looney Tunes.
Bye-bye. See you later. Have a good day. Looney Tunes is that. I don't have a whole bunch of patience, man. I'm sorry. Did I hit him too fast? But anyway, Mr. Looney Tunes is gone. You got the wrong channel, bro. My favorite Looney Tunes character is you, Brandon. But let's go back to the schedule. Sunday, February 10th. Kona Walker versus Cyrus Parkinson. They are welterweights, 10 rounds. Cameron Vaughn, Ismail Ellis, lightweights, 8-round fight. And then we got O'Shaquie. I was really hoping O'Shaquie would fight one of those other guys over there. You know, they have 4 titles in that division. 4 different guys hold the titles. And I was hoping that O'Shaquie would fight one of those other guys, like Lamont, the guy that just beat Hector. You got Navarrete and Joe Cordina. Joe Cordina is on the card over in Saudi, as a matter of fact. But these guys, man, they tiptoeing around, peeking around corner. Oh, he's got a belt. I'm going the other way. You know, do like the women. The women always unifying, going for undisputed. You know, the women got the old school mentality, you know. I got a belt, you got a belt, we're in the same division. You my next fight. But these guys, man, I just don't get it. O'Shaquie is fighting Abraham Nova, okay? Now, it's for his WBC title, but it's no kind of unification because Nova doesn't have a belt. Shoo on the card, 10 rounds. Is that Shoo's first 10-rounder? Not sure. Then Adrian Curiel fighting Silver Nazi Shinga. That's a rematch. The first fight, Curiel, I think the first fight was a draw. No. Curiel stopped Nashinga in the first fight, and that was in November. I think he took Nashinga's title. Now it's a rematch. He's trying to get his title back. So keep an eye on that one. It's in February. Now here's the Tyson Fury and Usyk. Okay. Look at this undercard. Now this is good. Jai Apataya versus Maris Breedis. Apataya was supposed to fight him before. Yeah, I know Nova can fight, Thomas, but I was hoping for a unification with one of the other champions, you know? But I guess Nova isn't a bad fight either. But see, Apataya was supposed to fight Breedis. But then he got offered all that money to fight on the card. Anthony Joshua, that card in Saudi, so he took that. And he had to vacate his belt. But look at this, he's getting his get a shot to fight for his belt, get it right back against Breedis. And back over in Saudi Arabia, so he's getting paid again. Now see, Joe Cordina's on this card against Anthony Case. Why couldn't him and O'Shaki fight? Unify the titles. Sergey Kovalev on the card. David Najika, first to be announced. Moses Itama to be announced. Isaac Lowe. So that's undercard is kind of disappointing for what the Saudis been doing, man. You know, to me, I was expecting like another 6 heavyweight fight cards, you know, like the last 2, but you know, kind of a little letdown to me. What y'all think? Y'all like that card? I don't, compared to the other ones they've been giving us. I don't think it's that good at all. No. Then Saturday, February 24th, back in Japan, Alejandro Santiago versus Junto Nakatani. That should be a good fight. Santiago's WBC title, bantamweight. He was the one that beat Nonito for that belt. These are the belts that Monster dropped. Takuma Inoue, Monster's little brother, versus Jerwin Ancajas for the WBA belt. Okay. And him and Santiago both bantamweight in the same division, fighting on the same card. Why aren't they fighting each other to unify the titles? They both on the card fighting somebody else. Salute Thomas Hill in the building. Now the women, they would be fighting each other. Okay? They're just not going to be on the same card fighting against somebody else. They're going to be fighting each other. That's just how the women do it. But then people make the excuse, got to make dollars and cents and all that type of nonsense. I guess it does, but that's just crazy, man. Oh, you okay, Thomas Hill? Sorry I'm late. Got a whole lot of ripping and running to do today. Okay. Yeah, do your ripping and running, bro. But at least you stopped by a little to give Cash Sports a little time. The History Channel. And tomorrow we're going to be looking at Don King himself. Okay? We're going to take a look at Don King and the Bob Father this week. The Bob Father will be Thursday, because today is Tuesday. Okay? We're going to take a look at the Pro Box card tomorrow, and then we're going to take a look at Don King. Thursday, a look at the life and career of the Bob Father, who's still very active in the sport of boxing. But they both are big figures in the sport we love. Love them or hate them. They've had played a big part in boxing over the years. And they both still playing a role in it. Don King is still promoting too. He's a promoter of AB, as a matter of fact. Where is AB? He was scheduled to fight in December. Now he just fell off the face of the earth. Okay. For an upcoming catering joint. Okay. Farmers Hill. It's all good. Glad you stopped by for a little while. I had Mr. Looney Tunes up here on my panel talking about who is my favorite Looney Tunes character. I said Casper the Friendly Ghost. He says that's not Looney Tunes. So he's my favorite Looney Tune character. And he got ran out. Sound like a little child. That's why I was, like Jay was saying, you know, you're going back and forth with these people on this YouTube. You don't even know who they are. I told him to turn his camera on. He turned it off and on for like a half a second. I still didn't see him, but I let him up. He sounded like a little child, man. You know, you on here fussing with people, talking about killing them. You talking to some 12-year-old kid, man. I'm not doing it. You know, I keep my finger on the trigger. And he's out of here. And we moving on. Right? Now, Edgar Berlanga versus Padraig McCrory. When is that? February 24th. Hope Edgar don't bite nobody. Hey, Thomas Hill, you been talking to Ant on that little chat that we had? Because I haven't been on there lately. And I haven't seen Ant in a while, man. Have you been talking to him, Thomas Hill? He hasn't been on none of the channels in a minute. Yeah, Nova. Yeah, I know Nova can fight. Yeah, what I was saying was I would rather see those champions unifying those belts and stuff. You know? That's all I was saying. Yeah. It's a good fight, Oshaki and Nova. I'm not disputing that at all. I'm just saying I was hoping to fight Codina or who's it, Navarrete or the guy that just took the belt from Hector. What's his name? Lamont something. Can't think of his name right now, but yeah. I was some of them guys get in the ring and fight each other, man. Unify some of these belts. But instead they tiptoeing around and stuff, and the guy around that corner with the belt, oh, they'll turn around and run in the other direction. And I was just saying the women don't do that. Women get in there and fight each other, you know. You know, the women like, you're not having no belt in my division. I want it. But the men don't care. Call them pussies and cowards, and they don't say nothing. Okay, I'm a pussy, I'm a coward. Okay, you're right. By not saying nothing, that's what you're saying, right? That's the way I take it. You know, you don't respond. That means that person was right. It's just crazy, man. I came up in an era where, you know, they wanted to smoke. You know, you ain't coming in my division with no belt, calling yourself no champion. And I got a belt. I want that. Let me get that up off of you. That's the era I came up in, you know. It's not like that now, man. You're getting called names. You got all these divisions with 4 different champions, and people don't even care. Okay, I'll share the championship with you. Where they do that at, man? No, I'm the champion. I want to get that belt up off of you. But these guys nowadays don't care, man. And they keep coming with that nonsense. It's got to make dollars and cents. You call me a pussy, but I'll fight you if it make dollars and cents. Come on, man. Where do they do that at? It's just crazy, man. Boxing is coming more and more like the WWF every day. We're getting these fights. We already know who's going to win them before the fight starts. Where does that happen at? WWF. You got the good guy and the bad guy. You know who's going to win? Boxing is starting to get like that, man. You know? Like Beterbiev and Callum Smith. Who thought Callum Smith was going to win that fight? Really, who? Anybody in here? Be honest. Anybody in here put a thumbs up in the chat if you really thought Callum Smith was going to win. That's what I'm saying. Just like wrestling. Now we get Beterbiev and Bivol. That's what I'm talking about. We don't know who's going to win that. I'm going for Bivol, but won't be at all surprised if Beterbiev wins it. You know? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I wasn't saying nothing against Nova. I'm just saying, you know, I'd rather see Shaqy and Cordina, or like this other division. You got what was the bantamweight? These two guys, both of them got belts at junior bantamweight. They fighting on the same card against somebody else. Well, how come they're not fighting each other, man? Huh? On the same card, the same night, against somebody else. Both of them. Why not each other? I just don't get it. You know? They want us to keep paying for a poop. I'm not doing it anymore. You want to get out there with the belt and fight the number 25 contender? I'm not watching it. Go ahead and fight it. Not paying for poop anymore, man. Money is too hard to come by. Suppose everybody stopped going to these fights and paying for poop. They won't be making no money. The money comes from the fans. You know? I know the promoter, whoever might give them their checks. But if the fans is not putting money into the sport, where the promoter's going to get the checks from? They ain't going in their own pocket and doing it. They all will lose out. So stop giving us this poop, man. Get on in there and fight. I think it's totally ridiculous. You got two champions with belts on the same damn card, both of them fighting somebody else. Like I said, don't make dollars and cents. It don't make any sense to me. Let's just say, Thomas said, yeah, the promotional companies like it that way. Too much money changing over these days, and the PBC is king in that department. So the others try to collect hardware to entice future prospects. And this card that the Saudis put out undercard for Fury and Usyk, I don't like it, man. They kind of spoiled us with all these big heavyweight cards, and this one, it's nothing like it, man. There's only one other heavyweight fight on the card. It's crazy. Now, Jai Apataya, Maurice Breedis, the co-main, that's good. Then they got Joe Cordino and Anthony Cacase. But we're used to these Saudis having these big 5 and 6 heavyweight fights on there, man. What happened to the one that beat Wilder? Why ain't he on it? Or Herkovic? Where those guys at, man? But we love the sport, and we're gonna support it. Just not paying for poop. We getting Beterbiev and Bivol this year. So then we got the Face to Boxing out there. He's got an announcement coming up. We got Boots, the Goat, the Mexican Monster, all these people. Not on the schedule yet, so we'll see. I just want to see the good fights, man, you know. Unifications, stuff like that. Undisputeds. I didn't see Loma and Kambosos on there yet. Or don't they have a fight coming up? Maxie Hughes is fighting. Yeah, I didn't go all the way down it. Amanda Serranos is on there against Nina Mackey. She dropped her WBC because they wouldn't. Oh my goodness. She dropped her WBC. But guess what? Jake is sanctioning 12 rounds. Amanda's fight for and the WBA, IBF, and WBO going along with it. Okay? Because she dropped the WBC, and now her next fight is going to be 12 rounds, the women. Because remember, Serranos did the thing against Danila Ramos for 12 rounds, 3 minutes. But the WBC didn't sanction it. So she dropped the WBC, and now her next fight is going to be 12 rounds. I did not know that until just now. Yeah. He's fighting Nina Mikey for the WBA, IBF, and WBO. She's no longer undisputed. She dropped the WBC because they wouldn't sanction her 12-round fights, and now going another 12 rounds. So it must be 3 minutes too if it's 12 rounds, you know? Yeah, that's good. And the WBA, IBF, and WBO is going along with it. I guess they saying forget the WBC and Mauricio. Mauricio too worried about protecting Canelo. He sanctioned a 12 round, 3 minutes for the women, you know? Look at Canelo. He won't even fight anybody yet in his division. Now, here's what the card against Joshua and Ngannou looks like. For the co-main, they got Ray Vargas and Nick Ball. Remember, Nick Ball beat Isaac Dogby in that title eliminator. So he got the shot against Vargas. That's on the Joshua Ngannou card. Zilly Zhang. Ooh, here we go. Zilly Zhang against Joseph Parker on the card. Oh, that's what I was looking for on the Fury Usyk card. Okay, this is March 8th. And this is not the whole card, okay? So we got Zilly Zhang and Joseph Parker, Ray Vargas and Nick Ball. Okay. Saudis. Now they're getting a nice card together there. Then we got William Zepeda and Maxie Hughes. Now Maxie Hughes was supposed to get that Loma fight because he beat Kambosos. But you know, they cheated him. But they are rewarding Hughes with a good fight, William Zepeda, because they know he deserved it. He almost won every round against Kambosos. And the Kambosos got his hand raised because they had the Kambosos and Loma fight in the plans already. But they are rewarding Hughes for his performance. He's getting a pretty good name, William Zepeda. So I'm happy about that. He deserves it. Oscar Valdez back in action against Liam Wilson, March 29th. Okay. And your lightweight 12 rounds. Oscar doesn't have a title. Since he lost his title to Shakur, and he lost his next title shot against Navarrete. And this is the non-title fight, 12 rounds. Oh, here we go. Saturday, May 11th was Vasily Lomachenko versus George Kambosos for the IBF title from Perth, Australia. Now that was supposed to be in Loma. This was supposed to be in 2022. And that was supposed to be Loma instead of Devin. What's up? What's up, BN Boxing News in the building? I got a brain lock for a minute. I was getting ready to speak to BN Boxing News and had another thought right in the middle of it. But salute, BN Boxing News in the building. Like I said yesterday, BN Boxing News has a fire channel over there. Check it out, y'all. Now, he don't have a regular time slot or anything that he comes on, but he still drops fire content. So get over there and check BN Boxing News out. Subscribe to him. I'm subscribed. And get his numbers on up there. This is a fire channel. He's a loyal supporter of the JBT. So let's go over there and support BN Boxing News. Okay. Now, Lomachenko and Kambosos was supposed to be 2022 instead of Devin Kambosos, remember, for Undisputed. But Loma went to the war, and Devin stepped in. So finally we're getting that fight, but it's just for the IBF instead of Undisputed. And that's what I'm saying about this boxing is getting like WWF. We know who's going to win that fight. George Kambosos does not have a snowball's chance in hell of beating Loma. Loma is not going to come in there swinging all for the fences, overconfident, out of shape, like Teofimo did to give us Kambosos in the first place. Loma's going to probably wash this guy 12 zip. Might get him out of there, okay? Because I'm telling you, man, y'all sleeping on Loma talking about the old and stuff. At 135, I got Tank, Shakur, then Loma. Over anything else at 135. Any of them young guys. I'd pick Loma, okay? And he's going to watch George Kambosos. That's Saturday, May 11th from Australia. And that's what we have on the schedule so far. Okay? It's a fire schedule. And like I was saying, Tim says Scamboso. Hey, Tim, you know, when that guy came up just now, Looney Tunes, whatever, that's why I made him turn his camera on. You know who I was thinking about, right? But it wasn't him. Any new people come up on the link? You got to turn your camera. I got this camera on for a second because I got to see you. I know what Bare Knuckles looked like. But he was worse than Bare Knuckles. Ask me who's my favorite Looney Tune character. I don't even know no Looney Tune character. I told him Casper the Friendly Ghost. I should have told him. You my favorite Looney Tunes character. But yeah, that's the schedule. And like I was saying, what we don't have on the schedule right now is more important than what's on the schedule. Because you know what we don't have on there? We don't have the Face of Boxing yet. Boots, the Goat, Mexican Monster, Canelo, and as good as this schedule is looking, just think when we add all those names to it, it's another fire year. Another fire year. You know? We're winding down. We got Just Do Boxing coming up at 4. Another good episode of Cat Sports, the History Channel. Remember, tomorrow we got Don King himself is the profile. And then guess who Thursday? The Bob Father, the one and only Bob Father. You know, like I was saying, love them or hate them, they are a huge part of our sport. Still is. They're both still promoting, both in the 90s. Found the Bob Father got a son that's some big wig in Top Rank. So maybe he's next in line. I was wondering about that. I was reading that when I was looking through his profile. He's got a son that's a executive vice something in Top Rank. So, yeah. Yep. But that's going to be the profiles for the rest of it. And then Friday, I don't know yet. Got to think on it. I'm trying to find a nice referee. I could make a whole week out of referees too. What y'all think? Yeah. I don't know. Tony Weeks. Nah. Tony needs to sit down somewhere. Yeah, they did Maxie wrong, Tim. But they gave him Williams to pay them. They know they owed him a good fight, man, because he earned it. He won that fight. So, but they had already had plans for Kambosos and Loma, you know. But they forgot Kambosos is not a good fighter. And he can lose to anybody at any time. And look what Maxie Priest did to him. You know? They got caught up and forgot who they was dealing with. You cannot, like they did Better Bieb and Bivol, you can plan ahead for something like that. But a fighter like Kambosos, you cannot plan ahead. He's not assured of beating anybody. And he went in there and lost. He got washed. I had it like 10-2, Maxie Hughes. But then they cheated and gave it to Kambosos. You know, boxing is ridiculous. That was very bad, man. That man lost damn near every round. Hughes watched him. Hughes had him missing. Everything, man. And but they did give Hughes a good name, William Cepeda, because they know he deserved it. So I was happy about that. But he shouldn't be going in there with Loma next, you know. But they give him a pretty good, decent payday because they know they did that man real wrong. And another thing I'm happy about, Amanda Serrano is getting 12 rounds again. Okay. So maybe there's hope for the women. But the WBC didn't sanction it, but she dropped the WBC anyway. Yeah, he convincingly won, Tim. Easily. So they told me ahead of time, you know, they had the cards filled out ahead of time. The Bob Father had handed out those envelopes to the judges. You know, they got their envelopes before the fight. Now in the Rolly fight, Tony Weeks got his afterwards because they waited to see if Rolly could do it. But then they gave him the signal, you know, told Tony he's got to do it because Rolly couldn't do it. But Barroso is in line for another shot. I don't know if he's going to get it, But he's in line for it because he won that fight the other week. Remember? Against, what's his name? O'Hara Davies. Dropped him. Put that old man power on it. You know, me and Barroso the same age. Yeah. And he beat Davies. So he get another shot at Rolly. Yeah. Yeah. I look better than Barroso though. But yeah. I would love to see him get another shot at Rolly, man. Wow. That would be justice. Because Rolly can't beat him. Rolly cannot beat him. No way. That's why Barroso is not going to get another shot. They're going to offer him step-aside money. I told him not to take it. I haven't seen him in the last few days. He hasn't been in here lately. But I told him don't take that step-aside money. No, but I seriously haven't seen the guy, what did he call himself? Ismael Barroso Boxing. I haven't seen him in a couple of days. Cool guy, man. But yeah, I hope Barroso seriously don't take that step-aside money, man. That you want to fight Rolly. You don't want no step-aside. You see Rolly jump up on the ring apron after Barroso beat Davies. I wonder what Barroso said to him when Rolly jumped up there to congratulate him. Yeah. You're next. Just like last time. Just like last time. Yeah. But Loma's going to watch Kambosos. They're not going to cheat him. You know? They're not going to cheat the golden child. The father would probably fire everybody. All the judges, the referee, everybody, they cheat Loma. No, no way. No way. And Loma will wash him. It'll be 12-zip. Man, I had a short the other day with rolling. It went all the way up to almost 10,000 views, and then it just stopped. I think that's YouTube doing that. How can people be it was just jumping. I'm watching it, then it just stopped. Why would people watch it all the way up to 10,000, then all of a sudden just stop watching it? That had to be YouTube. Why did they do that, man? I got like 20 subscribers off of it. I thought I had that one. But nope, they stopped me. I think I saw your name on there, Tim, the basketball one where the guy hacked him. Oh, was that? That might have been Lonnie Lee. Well, somebody in here made a comment. Yeah. No, Loma will never be cheated. Bob Father will kill somebody they cheat Loma. You know? He tried to act like he was mad when Devin beat Loma. I don't think Bob, I think he was acting. Yeah. We know Devin won that fight. Loma didn't do enough, you know, as the challenger. Now, if he had been champion coming in, he probably would have got the nod, you know. But it was that kind of fight. Like the fight Saturday between the Maloney brother and the other guy, Sanchez. It was that kind of fight where whoever had the belt coming in got the nod from it was the draw or the champion. Maloney had the belt, he got the nod. If Sanchez would have came in as champion, he probably would have got the nod. It was that kind of fight, man. That was a hard fight to judge. I had Sanchez win. But like I say, I wasn't mad because Maloney came in with the belt and he did enough to win. He definitely did enough to win. He got the nod. Yeah. He kept his belt. But I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch. Yeah, Maxie won that fight by a wide margin. I had it 10-2. Yeah. I gave Kambosos, I think he might have got the first round because you know how the first round is just, you know, a lot of inactivity, feeling out. And I think Kambosos got the first round just by being a little bit busier. Then it was another round in there somewhere that he could have got. But also it could have been 12-0 Maxie Hughes. But it was at least 10-2. At least. Easily. 10-2. And man, time flies when you're having fun. We got Just Do coming up in a few minutes, about 5-10 minutes. Been another good one though. Another fire show. Sorry about that little hiccup in the middle with the Looney Tunes guy. Well, but see, they're not gonna mess with Cast Sports because I don't mess around. You know, I keep my gun laying right on the desk, right there. I thought he was stupid when it first came in, talking about his any profanity or something. Then he gonna hit the link. I thought it was Bare Knuckles. No, but Bare Knuckles would hit the link. But he turned the camera on so fast, I still didn't see him. Then he cut it back off real quick. And asked me who's my favorite Looney Tunes. I should have told him you are. But anyway, it's been another good episode. Appreciate everybody. Don't forget tomorrow, the second episode of hashtag Let's Talk Fashion drops at 10 a.m. in the morning, right after the hangout. Okay. And we have another hangout tonight. And you know, Just Do Boxing is next. And we got the Rise podcast to shut it down at 9 p.m. Okay. Look forward to this stuff every day, man. You know, like Jay Hardcore gave me the name, 2 o'clock Shorty. Yeah. But this has been another episode of Cast Sports, the History Channel. JB Boxing News. Thomas Hill, hashtag JBT. Jay Hardcore, the creator of the hashtag JBT. Lonnie Lee, hashtag JBT. We get more and more hashtag JBTs each and every day. We had the Looney guy. He stopped it. I hope he at least hit the like. If you're still around, Looney Tune, at least hit my like, man. You're going to come in here, you know, disrupting the show. At least hit my damn like. And then don't come back. Okay? I mean, new people subscribe, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. Don't come back because you're full of shit. Okay? Then we had, Mike Masick was in the building. Miss Cass, hashtag JBT was in the building. Hit my like and don't come back, Looney Tunes. How about that? Thomas Morris was in the building. Coach Thomas Morris. iBoxing Hub, my friend from the UK, was in the building. The Rise Podcast was in the building. Appreciate the Rise Podcast. They closed down today for the JBT at 9 p.m. every day, but y'all know that. I ain't got to tell you about the Rise Podcast. Tim Layton, JBT, was hashtag JBT was in the building. Getting that hashtag. Remo, hashtag JBT was in the building. Now, it's just as many people with hashtag JBT as without that being here, man. Wow. Mike Masick was in the building. I said Mike twice. Oh, now the number of people want to go up, then I'm getting ready to get off. Just hit the like button, please. You know, before I started my channel, I used to always say, why the moderator always saying hit the like all the time? I see why now. So hit my like. Okay. Anyway, I really appreciate everybody that continues to support my growing channel. Just Do Boxing next. Hardcore Boxing News at 8. Rise Podcast at 9. Hashtag Let's Talk Fashion. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. See y'all. Cast Sports, y'all.